Hey, Sean Chandler here, giving my quick take on Playing with Fire from Nickelodeon Studios. The basic premise of the movie is that a group of smoke jumpers, firefighters that jump out of helicopters, rescue a group of kids, but their parents were out of town, and therefore the firefighters have to watch the kids over the weekend. And all sorts of hijinks ensue as they're not used to working with kids, and the kids aren't used to being around people like firefighters, and therefore tension ensues. This is, of course, a children's movie, as it is from Nickelodeon Studios. It relies heavily on just slapstick, very broad humor, big gestures, big wild faces, fart jokes, things like that. I went to go see it with my kids, and, they had a lot of fun with it. The cast are all pouring a ton of energy into it. You got John Cena, John Leguizamo, Keegan-Michael Pam Grier inside of it, or Judy Grier. Those are two very different people, Pam Grier and Judy Grier. But, they're all having a lot of fun. They're all committed to what they're doing and having energy and big, gigantic setups, doing the physical comedy, especially John Cena. But it's a movie that in the first 20 minutes of it, you know exactly what's going to happen. In fact, I could give you a quiz on how the movie ends after you've seen the first 20 minutes, and you would pass the test. It hits every beat you think it's going to hit. Everything you think is like, I bet this is what's really going on. That's exactly what happens. Whenever certain phone calls happen, when people start scheduling things, you immediately go, oh, this is the way that's going to play out. It plays out exactly like that. There's not a single surprise inside of the movie. Granted, it's a movie designed for my children. It's not designed for a man in the latter half of his 30s to enjoy it. And so, I'm factoring all of that in to some extent, but at the same time, when you have a movie that just is so obvious in where it's going, it's just following the exact template of movies like this. And that's one of the other big problems with the film, is that it has this setup involving these smoke jumpers that are firefighters, and about 25 minutes into the movie, maybe even less than that, as soon as you kind of had the children end up at the fire station, my 7-year-old turns to me and he goes, is this just going to be about the firefighters hanging out with the kids, or are they going to go out and fight fires? And he was afraid it wasn't going to be about firefighters, and it's not about fighting fires. And then after the movie, I was like, hey, what's your favorite part? And he was like, the part where they're fighting fires. And so it's kind of, they use that as a hook to kind of set up the movie, but it's not a movie that has any firefighting outside of literally the sequence that's almost shown in its entirety inside of the trailer where the kids are rescued. After that, it's not like they're doing firefighter stuff. They just happen to be at a fire station. They just happen to be these firefighters that jump out of helicopters, but that's not what the movie does. And so it even kind of, in a very big way, wastes the premise that they have. It's harmless enough. If my kids said they wanted to watch it again, that wouldn't be something that would offend me. It wouldn't be like, oh my goodness, I have to watch this again. And there's a lot of things that they like to watch, a lot of movies they like to watch that are like tedious for me to watch. This certainly is not a movie that transcends, that all ages can enjoy it. But for me, it wasn't an annoying kids movie. It serves its purpose. Children enjoy it, and it doesn't drive me entirely crazy. So for that reason, I wouldn't recommend it, but I'd go with a C+. It's not dreadful. It's not awful. It's totally by the numbers. It's very predictable. Harmless entertainment for children that won't drive parents entirely crazy. Tell me what you thought about it down below in the comment section if you've seen it. Do you enjoy these kind of Nickelodeon movies? What are some of your favorite Nickelodeon movies? Let's have a nice lively discussion. Thank you so much for watching, and keep talking movies too much.